Hello beautiful people and welcome back to another video by your girl here, Big Bubbly Beauty. It's great to see you all again. Sorry if the audio completely sucks. This setup is not the most conducive to a good audio and I don't know how to hang a boom mic or whatever from my ceiling yet. So technical difficulties, but we will get there eventually. I'm very excited though because it is swim month for my channel, and so I tried out different brands this time to show you guys. So today's brand is going to be Shapermint. I have been bombarded with like Instagram ads for. They have been like so many on my feed. Holy cow. Facebook, Instagram, they're like, hey, you might like this. And I'm like, okay, I've never heard of that before, but you know what, you're right. It does look nice. So I decided to try it out. It's supposed to be curve and plus size friendly. It's supposed to hold you in, suck in all those rolls, and make you look lifted and nice. So I'm hopeful. As you guys know probably by now, if you haven't, please check it out. But this is video number 2. The first video was of Girlfriend Collective, and this is the second video, Shapermint, and there will be a third video coming out afterwards, which is a mixture of Old Navy and La Vie en Rose. So, kind of varying price points for everything, going from most expensive to least expensive-ish. Kind of. La Vie en Rose was actually quite expensive, not gonna lie. But I'm very excited to try out Shapermint, considering these ads have hounded me like crazy. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get on with the video. Alright, let's just tell you what kind it is and then I'll get into my comments. So this is the Shapermint Essentials high-waisted full coverage swim skirt in ocean blue in a 3XL, and it was $34.99. And then this top is the Essentials full coverage halter bikini top in ocean blue in a 3XL, and it was $29.99. I don't know where to start. Oh my god. Let's just start with the top because it's so funny. Oh my lord. It does not fit like in the least. Full coverage. Yeah, no. The cups are so small, like so small. So the pluses for this top, it is completely adjustable in the back. It has a tie, so you can tie it as tight as you need. And then it is a halter, which is never that fun for big boobed girlies. I don't really like halters, but I thought I would try it because it said it was a full coverage, and it did say it went up to a pretty decent cup size. So I'm actually quite surprised that it's this small. In terms of comfort, it does have an underwire, but it's not actually uncomfortable there. It's a bit uncomfortable around the neck, but that's the same with all halters for me, just because there is so much weight pulling down on it if it's a halter top. But again, that's just a me thing. I like the back. It's quite comfortable. Again, because I could tie it as tight as I needed it to. And it has some decent support. It has some wires in the back to try to keep the back bands a bit more straight. It's just that the cup is so small. It would actually be a very, very good swimsuit to wear out and about if the cups were a bit bigger. So the only thing that's letting it down is that this full coverage cup is not so full coverage at all. It's very not full coverage. It's very sparse coverage. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it looks bad though. I don't know, you'll have to let me know. I mean, this kind of swimsuit where it's this skimpy, probably wouldn't wear it out to the beach, but at home in my hot tub, I could get away with it. Let's just put it like that. It doesn't matter that I'm basically spilling out of this thing. As long as it's holding together, it is a fine hot tub swimsuit. These bottoms though are so comfortable. Oh my lord, I like these bottoms a lot. The coverage in the front is actually pretty good. I believe, yeah, it's the same color underneath, which is appreciated. Sometimes this is more flesh colored, and I really don't like that. I like it when this bottom here is the same color as the skirt, so that way if you got more boot in the trunk, it's a little bit shorter, because you can see it's much shorter in the back than it is in the front, but it still covers my bum. And the actual swimsuit underneath is fairly full coverage as well. So this swim skirt is awesome. It comes up super high, like my belly button is all the way down there. So this skirt is a massive win. I love this swim skirt so much. Like it's nice too because it's a solid color. I could pair it with a black top So any black swim top that I have, compare it with that, compare it with a different color for a pop of neon or like color matching. It's just a really nice thing. So it's a really nice skirt, so it doesn't have to necessarily go with this monstrosity, but I quite like this skirt a lot. Now with swim skirts, admittedly, I do like the ones that flare out more, just because it does tend to emphasize my belly a little bit, but it's actually not that bad for the emphasizing the belly. It fits really nicely. I like this skirt. The skirt is a definite win, and for $35, that's huge. That's such a good price for this quality of swim bottom. The top, well, we know my thoughts on the top. That is just because this part is too small. If I'm giving it a fair shake, the rest of it is actually constructed very nicely. The padding here is nice and thick. This underwire is not super rigid, which gives a little bit of support because it's underwire, but it doesn't actually dig like a really rigid underwire would. So I gotta give credit where credit's due. The rest of it is super comfortable. I just wish this full coverage top was a little bit more full coverage. That also might be a me thing. My boobs are enormous, so sometimes I spill out. And that's just the way it is. Overall, I'd say these are some pretty nice looking pieces, good value, and a good swimsuit. I'm kind of impressed. This is my first swimsuit ever from this brand. So yeah, go Instagram. You showed me something that was good, except for the top, but the bottoms are like gold star. I actually really love them, and they're really affordable. So yes. Okay, I'm a little sweaty and out of breath. That was actually quite hard to put on. These bottoms were a bit of a struggle bus to get on, but I think they look really good, so it's probably worth it. Let's just tell you the details. So these bottoms are the Essentials high-waisted control bikini bottom in Burgundy in a 3XL, and they were $31.99. And this top was the Essentials swim ruffle bikini top in a 3XL in black, and it was $34.99. So this is pretty much what sold me on the ads to begin with, were these high-waisted control bottoms. They are incredibly high-waisted. Again, belly buttons all the way down there. They go up so high, like the ruffle from the top meets the top of the bikini bottom. They're a bit snug, actually, around the leg holes. So like they've got full coverage on the bum though, which is nice. They've got this ruching detail in the front, which I think is supposed to like mask the tummy and like control. That's probably also why they were so tight. Oh Lord, these were hard to get on. So they are a 3X. They are my correct size as per the last swimsuit that I had on, but oof, it was a bit of a struggle to get into it. I had to shimmy and I had to shake, and that's why I'm a little sweaty, is because it was a little bit hard to get into these bottoms. But now that they're on, I think they're the right size. They're just the right size up here to not fall down. So there's no gapping at the back, which is appreciated, because that can happen with a lot of swimsuits. And so the bottoms are a definite win. I like them. They're a bit hard to get on, but this burgundy color is gorgeous, and I quite like the way it sits. This top, actually pretty good. So the boob pads, driving me bonkers, and I'm gonna be taking them out of the swimsuit as soon as I get it off my body. I hate them so much. But this ruffly swimsuit, it comes in underneath quite nicely. It fits really nicely around the bottom, which I don't find very often. It's actually pretty full coverage up at the top because it's all the way across. It's like a bandeau, and it, for the most part, holds me in. I have a little bit of spillage out here on the sides, but not a lot of muffin topping on the top. So actually pretty good considering the size of chest that I have. The straps are adjustable. The width of the back is not, but the straps themselves are. So you can lift it, which I probably should lift it just a tiny bit more because they're a little bit sagging. And there's enough support underneath the band where I could do them up a bit tighter so it's a bit more lifted. It's kind of like, picture it more like this. So there is a little bit of skin showing here. But overall, it's really cute. And again, I appreciate the fact that this is completely opaque. So sometimes this flies up and then you get like this weird, most swimsuits have like this little mesh part in the middle, and it just makes me really self-conscious when this flies up, and then you can see like all the boob crack, because this flies up pretty frequently when you go in the water. But this is completely opaque all the way across, so gotta give them props for that. Again, another really impressive cheap swimsuit. It's affordable and gorgeous. Like this one, there are a bit more issues with the quality. This here is a bit more of a raw edge. It's not hemmed. So there are a few things where you can see the lack of quality for the price point, but it's not that bad. And I think it's really comfortable once you get it on. And it's actually quite cute. This is a bit more understated and full coverage than I would typically go for, but I like having the switch up just in case I'm not feeling super confident. All of us have those days where we're just not wanting to show a lot of skin. And this is great for those kinds of days. So quite like it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And we're on to our last one, which is a one piece. Let's go. Okay, so last one, and unfortunately it's a bit of a swing and a miss. Sadly. So it feels great. I will say it feels wonderful, but there are some design elements that make it look incredibly cheap. I can't help it, it just does. Let's get to the actual price. So this is the Essentials Swim Knot Front Swim Dress in a size 3XL in black, and it was $49.99. So essentially the swimsuit is $50. So when I first put it on, I was like, damn, this feels really good, because the back coverage, it actually covers quite a bit in the butt. And the swimsuit itself is full coverage. It has good front coverage, good length for a swim dress. And then when you pull it up, it's black all the way up. Again, no awkward mesh from the bikini upwards. It's actually black the whole way through. So it has some really good, promising design elements, but the top is what lets it down. So the straps aren't adjustable. I mean, who makes a one piece these days without adjustable straps? So unfortunately, I would like to tie this a bit tighter up at the top, but I can't because the straps aren't adjustable. So my boobs are a little bit saggy, and then unfortunately the band right underneath is not tight enough. So my boobs are like completely flat. They're not held, they're not pushed up because there's no support underneath, which makes it a little annoying then that you have this knot to emphasize the tiny waist bit, but if you don't have the lift to go with the boobs to emphasize the tiny waist bit, then it just looks a bit frumpy, unfortunately. So I like the cut and the idea, but the shine of the material and the way that it wrinkles makes the skirt look cheap, and then the way that this doesn't support up at the top, it makes this design element just look wrong. Unfortunately, I don't like it. I mean, it's fine. It's a fine swimsuit. It covers my body. I probably will still wear it, to be honest, because it is quite comfortable. And it's like a nice full coverage dress kind of swimsuit for when I don't really want to try. I don't want to try to look cute. I just want to like form over, like function and just go into the water and just feel really covered and not self-conscious in the least. That is one good thing about the swimsuit. But I just wish it was a bit cuter. Again, those elements that I talked about, I wish they were changed because it would make this swimsuit so much better. But it's not bad. Pros and cons for this one. Overall though, I would give Shapermint a great rating on their bottoms. So their bottoms of their swimsuits are absolutely incredible. Very full coverage, very like tight hold, cute looks for the bottoms. Bottoms are a 10 out of 10 across the board. The tops are what lets them down. This one is nice though, this ruffly one. It fit beautifully, and I like the design. Very simple, a little bit cheap, still quite cute. The full coverage one, not so full coverage, but that might be a me thing, so I can't really knock them on that one. This one, however, it does have a decent amount of coverage, just doesn't have enough lift, so there's problems with this top as well. So I would say if you're going to buy from Shapermint, the bottoms are a sure thing. They're nice and full coverage, they're tummy sucking, they look great. The bottoms are a hit. The tops, just be a bit more careful. Some are great, some aren't, and it really depends on what you're looking for. If you don't care that there's some lift and definition in the boob area, then this would be perfect for you. If you don't care, if your boobs are quite a bit smaller than mine, that other one would be perfect because it's very adjustable. So again, for me, if I buy from here again, I'm getting bottoms, but not tops and not one pieces. Whereas like other people, I would recommend it because it's still nicely made. The swim dress does feel a little bit on the cheap side, but it's got nice hems. It's more just like it's very wrinkly material, which is weird for a swimsuit. That's just it. That's what's making it look cheap, I think. Overall, it's pretty good quality for a great price, and for the most part, their stuff fits really nicely. So again, if you have a slightly different body shape than mine, it'll probably be just fine. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will see you next week for part 3, which is La Vie en Rose in Old Navy. Bye!